All right, Professor Madhav Nalapat, your thoughts on the same as well, sir. As far as our leveraging our relationship with Germany and Singapore is concerned, how do we do so to advance some of our own economic as well as technological goals right now? Because we are living in quite, chaotic times.
Look, Devika, I want to point out that Prime Minister Modi did not meet Chairman Kim of North Korea. I'd like to say that Prime Minister Modi has not participated in today's huge parade, crossing Tiananmen Square, which was held by the Chinese Communist Party state. So I want to point out that, and Ambassador Sikri already pointed out, India has become the largest supplier of diesel to Ukraine. So the reality of the situation is that India is definitely not, throwing its lot with any of these blocs. I mean, definitely not. And that is why the Prime Minister did not participate in this huge parade that was there of Chinese military power. I think the parade would have been quite an effective wake-up call, even to President Trump, because for first time I find on Truth Social, he's beginning to talk about plots by Kim Jong-un, Vladimir Putin, and Xi Jinping against the United States. He not mentioned India in that particular post. So I want to point out that it's only logical that the Indo-Pacific be free, open, and inclusive, in the Prime Minister's words, at the Shangri-La dialogue in Singapore some time ago. And that context, Singaporeans coming here, the Prime Minister coming here, well, one is that, of course, Singapore for a long time has been close to India. The second thing is that the Singaporeans have for a long acted as a bridge between China and the West. And now that role is coming under pressure because the two sides are drifting further and further apart. And as for our German friend talking about India and Russia, well, the fact of the matter is, I think Germany, the rate of growth of Germany is abysmal now, mainly because it's shut itself off from Russian oil supplies. At the same time, not only Europe, but the United States buys huge amounts of radioactive material from Russia. So radioactive material is used for energy, is not used for any other purpose. So quite frankly, I think there needs to be a lesson in realism, and I'm hoping that this particular parade, which makes very, very clear that Xi Jinping is intending to convey to the world that there's a new sheriff in town, a new boss in town, and we are ready to step into that role. It's not, if you check back to say 2015 or so, it was quite, deferential and apologist. Today, he's not deferential, he's not apologist. He's saying very frankly, China is not a rising power, it's not an aspiring power, it's a risen power. And we are ready to take on the responsibility of being the central pole of global geopolitics. So if that's not a wake-up call, Devika, I really don't know what is. But I would again say that Europe and India, North America and India are natural partners. ASEAN and India, GCC and India are natural partners. And Prime Minister Modi has cultivated the best of relations with ASEAN, with the GCC countries, and frankly, in North America with Prime Minister Carney. But something has happened where the US is concerned, but it's more related to the President of the United States than any United States policy. Marco Rubio gave a very important and flattering tweet about India, and he's Secretary of State in the Trump administration. So I think that is the more correct message, and I don't think that the strong relationship between India and the United States is going to go haywire anytime soon. So the reality also is, economically, India is focusing on double-digit growth, and for double-digit growth, it needs a strategy of going to different markets and getting different sources of material at the best possible price, Devika.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that.